Okay, in this video, we're going to go over writing equations of perpendicular lines. Okay, remember that a perpendicular line are lines that have opposite reciprocal slopes. So, for example, 3 and -1/3, or 2/7 and 7/2. So that means the fractions are flipped and one is positive and one is negative. So if we look at our first example, the fractions are flipped from each other, but they're both positive. So this is not going to work out. Our last one, they have different sides, positive, negative, but the fractions are not flipped. So that won't work out. So the only one, the fractions are flipped and different signs are the middle one. So our answer is not perpendicular, perpendicular, and then our last one is not perpendicular as well. So the steps for writing the equation of a line perpendicular to a line, your first step is to plug in the slope and point into point slope form. And remember to plug in your opposite reciprocal slope. And then rearrange the equation to be in y equals mx plus b. Okay, so if I am going to do this, write the equation of the line, I need to use the formula y minus y1 equals my slope times x minus x1. Okay, the slope I'm going to use is I'm going to look at this slope here and I'm going to flip it. So it's 2/1 and it needs to be positive because it's the opposite sign. So the slope I'm going to use, 2/1 simplifies to 2. So my y1 is this 2. So I'm going to do y minus 2 equals 2 times x minus a -3. Okay, from here, I have a double negative, so it's 2 times x plus 3 equals y minus 2. Distribute, so it's 2x plus 6 equals y minus 2. And then I will add 2. So y equals 2x plus 8. And that's my final answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. So my slope here is 3, so I need to do the opposite reciprocal. So I'm going to take 3, put it over 1, and then flip it. So 1/3, and then make it negative. So it's -1/3. And I'm plugging in the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So it becomes my y coordinate is -3, y minus -3 equals -1/3 times x minus -3. Okay, remember when we have double negative, it turns into a positive, so y plus 3 equals -1/3 times x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to distribute. So I get -1/3 x, and to multiply -1/3 times 3, take -1 times 3, so that's -3, divided by 3, so that's -1 equals y plus 3. Our last step is to subtract 4. So you get as a final answer y, I forgot an x right here, so let's put an x there. Y equals negative 1/3 x minus 4 is your final answer. Okay, so to write an equation of a perpendicular line, when you're given a graph, here's the step. Determine the slope of the line given, and then you're going to plug the slope and the point into point slope form. And remember, you're using your opposite reciprocal slope. And then rearrange the equation to be in y equals mx plus b. Okay, so let's go over this example. So we first need to figure out the slope of this line. So it's going down 1 and over 4. So that means this, not over 4, sorry, the slide's right. It's going down 1 over 3. So that means the slope is negative 1/3. So the opposite reciprocal slope would be 3. So I'm going to plug in my points. So 3 times x minus 3, and then the negative 2. We have a double negative here, so we're going to add it. So it'll become y plus 2 equals 3x times x minus 3. So distribute that through, so you get 3x minus 9. And then you're going to subtract negative 2 on both sides to get 3x minus 11 as your final answer. Okay, let's do this one. So our slope here is going down 1 over 4. So down 1 over 4. So the slope is negative 1/4. So the opposite reciprocal would be 4. So I plug everything in. Y minus 5 equals my slope, 4x minus 1. So I distribute. And I get y equals 4x minus 4. And then I add 5. So I get y equals 4x plus 1. And that's my final answer.